Hello everybody, it's Amanda Gore, and today I would like to share with you a gift that my mother gave to me. And at this time of human social isolation and disconnection, not only are we learning the enormous value of deep human connection, of deep heart-to-heart connection, but we're also learning how important it is for humans to just interact with other humans. So please, if you're at home alone, or if you're only with a couple of people and you don't talk that much, will you talk? And if you're home alone, will you please call people and Skype them or message them or FaceTime them or whatever the other 47 ways are, Zoom them, Team them, do everything you can where you can see someone else's face. And if you don't know anyone and nobody will talk to you and you've lost contact with all your friends because you've been so busy for so long and you've only now that you have time to sit in social isolation, realize just how much you push people away and you don't have any of them. Reach out, find them. And if you can't find anybody, get an animal. There are lots of animals about. Get a cat, a dog. There's a beautiful story on YouTube about this stallion that goes and visits people in a nursing home. And it is the most extraordinary video. When you see that horse making, I get goosebumps just talking about it, making eyeball connection with a man who's dying, a young man. And you see him looking into the eyes of the horse and the horse looking at him, and the horse chooses where to go. We are sentient beings, not just humans. The humans gives us many more capacities than so-called animals. But for all of us, it's that need for connection, unless you're a cat. A cat needs to have connection, but only when it wants it. However, the rest of us, we need it all the time. And so I want to share with you this gift from my mum as to how you can connect at a distance with people and connect heart to heart. So my mum and stepdad were married for about 20 years and they adored each other. And when my stepdad died, my mum was devastated, obviously. And she came to stay with me for about 6 weeks because they lived on a property in outback Australia, and well, relatively outback, and she couldn't stay out there on her own. And I was living in Sydney at the time and working, which meant a lot of travelling. So if she stayed with me, then I could at least spend some time with her. And anyway, we had the 6 weeks together, and the last day came and it was time for me to take her to the airport. And on my way back, I was reflecting on Mum, and I got home, and on my pillow was a note. And in this note, my mum told me what a wonderful daughter I was, wrote about all the special times together, and it was just the most beautiful note. And at the very bottom of it, she had drawn a great big heart on one side and a great big heart on the other side and a whole lot of hearts in between. And that was my mum's way of sending me love. And we called these Zoots. And they went on to become called Zooties. So you can choose whichever one you want. I kind of stick with Zooties now because that was the special thing with my mum. But you know, this note where she's telling me what a wonderful daughter I am, all these great times we've had together, and that's at the bottom. This note, at the end of reading it, I'm sobbing. I'm going, she's such a great mum, and I'm such a bitch because I was glad she left. You know, have you ever done anything like that? Have you ever regretted the way you thought about people? Not that I treated her badly, but I felt like that, and she would have felt that. And so this time, this COVID-19 time, this social isolation time, this time when we can work on ourselves is a time to restore the deep connections that we've lost, or to deepen the deep connections that we already have. And if you can't find a human with whom to have a deep connection, find an animal, because you are a human and you need the connection. So I want you to share with everyone you love the concept of Zoot. Share this video and start every phone call with them with Zoot Zoot, or send them 3 or 4 little hearts in a text, and write Zooties in a text. And what I teach people when I do it in a group setting, and if I was doing this with you in a webinar, I would say, everybody put your hands up above your heart. And on the count of 3, you're going to send zoots to someone else that's in the room with you. And all you do is go zoot, 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 zoot. And you might feel like a dork, but it doesn't matter. You can transform teenagers' lives like this. I remember once a man said to me, his 16-year-old daughter hadn't spoken to him for 2 years. 2 years. No matter what he did, she wouldn't talk to him. And when he heard me do this, he went home. And every day for 2 weeks, as he walked anywhere near her, he would go zoot, zoot, zoot. Zoot, zoot, zoot. Sometimes he would touch her on her heart, just above her heart, on her chest, just above her heart. And for fellas, if you're doing this to another bloke, don't go zoot, zoot, bang, and break their ribs. Seriously, energetically, this works. And as soon as someone knows when you're saying zoot, 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 you're really saying, I love you, but it's okay to say it if you're bloke to bloke, or it's okay to say it to someone else, or it's code for a teenager. It changes things. And every time he was doing this to his daughter, the girl would go, stop it, get off. He kept doing it. And one day, 2 weeks later, she walked past him, and she, in her typical teenage style, like this, and she went, zoot, zoot, and walked on. His life with her turned around from that moment. You can do this with your children. When you leave them at school, you've got to be 18 blocks from where your school is so that nobody sees you, the enormous embarrassment that you are. So if they always turn around to check if you're gone. So when they turn around, if you're quick, if you're ready, you can have your hands here, whoops, over the heart, and you can say, zoot, zoot, zoot. And they will look at you and they go, oh. And if you're lucky, down here where no one else can see it, they go, zoot, with their hand. Little ones love zoots. You can even zoot the dog, because the little ones do once they learn what a zoot is. So please, go forth. Send zoots. Send them on FaceTime. Is it FaceTime? Yeah, FaceTime. Send them on Skype. Send them on messages. It connects you to others. And if you're home with other people, zoot them and touch them. Zoot them across the dinner table. Zoot while you're watching the TV. And if you're pregnant, zoot your baby. I've had women say to me that they've zooted their babies and the baby's been swirling around and turning and kicking and punching, and they zoot the baby calms down. We all need love. We're human. We all need love. And this is one of the ways you can restore love to others and share your love to others and lift them up with your love. So please, share this, practice it, and go forth and zoot tons. And zoot, 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 zoot from me to you.